Extra, extra! Gordon Maston reviews WWE NXT for July the 8th, 2015. And tonight on NXT, you witnessed the debonair devastation of such sophisticated civilization. Oh my god, I messed that up. When you seen your new number one contenders for the NXT Championships, Aiden English and Simon Gotch, the Vaudevillains! Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gordon Maston. You guys know what the deal is here. We're here for the NXT review for July the 8th, 2015. Now tonight was a pretty fun episode of NXT. It was short, but yet fun. I mean, and I guess they knew the Beast in the East. Well, obviously they knew the Beast in the East was going to be this far away. So I guess what they wanted to do was, make it kind of a short show in case, they could, I don't know, I guess they wanted to show the title match on NXT in the first place in case anyone didn't get to see it. I don't know how you couldn't have seen it. I mean, NXT was the only place to ever build Beast in the East, even though they like to gain money by advertising and using Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman also advertised it on Raw. I mean, they didn't do much real advertisement for it for Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston, but I mean, NXT did all of it. Like, NXT always does everything that happens to be good. Thank you, NXT. Appreciate you so much. Always appreciate you. Always gonna appreciate you. But let's get to this show that we're always gonna appreciate. So first up, we get Dana Brooke. Wow, we can talk about the count already. I'm gonna call this at least a solid 17 straight consistent weeks that Dana Brooke has been showed and featured on NXT television. Good God, someone help me. Okay, so despite Dana Brooke, we also have to get to the fact that her and Emma are facing Sasha Banks and a partner of Sasha Banks' choosing. So as Sasha Banks comes out, and after she comes out, allow me to do this well. And my phone is going to be the microphone here, so bear with me. So you obviously couldn't, find a partner. So I guess what we're going to do is not have this match. And she goes into copy Sasha's, motion, but she gets an apron like that. And I'm like, avert your eyes, people. Jesus! But, as she's, talking to Sasha, Sasha's like, you know what, I don't have a problem. I don't have a partner. I couldn't find a partner. So, you know what, I guess I'll just take you on both alone. And whose music hits? Blue Pants! No, I'm only kidding. Blue Pants music didn't hit there. Although the crowd was chanting Blue Pants and not had anything from it. No, they wouldn't. Would they? Are they going to establish Blue Pants with this kind of thing? Give her the rub from Sasha Banks and establish her as something serious now, but no, they didn't do that. My guess last week was Charlotte or Bayley. Well, I guess I just mostly guessed Charlotte, but Wrestle Talk, Bayley came into the situation. I guess it's going to be Charlotte. So Charlotte comes out, and she makes it clear, I'll do this, but you owe me one. So this match goes on, and I guess we can just basically say it. I guess Sasha Banks. See, it's tough to say because it feels like Sasha Banks is turning a new leaf here. Because in this match, uh, her and Charlotte, because Charlotte's obviously babyface, they worked babyface. So Sasha had a warm up. She had a warm up, a warm up to the finish, and she had a hot tag. Sasha Banks had a hot tag sequence. And dude, with Sasha naturally being a heel, this just felt all types of weird. Not like weird, like, oh god, weird bad, or weird awkward, or just plain old. It just felt plain old weird, like, whoa. Sasha Banks is having a hot tag sequence. She is getting babyface momentum. Whoa. Because for those of you who haven't watched Sasha Banks, I mean, her popularity came about when she was a babyface, and I guess you could just practically say that Sasha, what's the best way to put this? Like, Sasha, this is not expected. This is not expected for, I guess you could see it last week. Okay, it's hard to, okay, let me stop running in circles here. Because I guess you could see this coming last week when two heels, Dana and Emma, approached Sasha Banks about the title. And Sasha approached them like a purebred babyface, and she said, I'll take you both on tonight. Not tonight, but I'll take you both on next week. I don't need a partner. And then they basically, ran around the circle again to address, you don't have a partner. And then Sasha basically said, I'll find one. Fine. And she was willing to take that match 2-on-1 tonight and last week. And normally heels don't do that, or they back away, or they just, in Sasha's heel case, she would have basically said, this is 2-on-1, this isn't fair. You obviously know if one of you were to take me on 1-on-1, then she would have found some way to either get out of it or beat one of them 1-on-1 and prove that she doesn't need to face both of them. Now, in that case, my point with her having a hot tag is her and Charlotte do going to win this match via the double submission win. The figure 8 and the bank statement at the same time. Now, figure 8, bank statement, same time. That leads to Charlotte grabbing a microphone and saying to Sasha, I told you owe me one. And that one basically next week. Next week is going to be Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, when Charlotte proposed this, Sasha said fine. Now, when Sasha said fine to this stipulation being thrown at her, it was basically, oh, okay, I'll just do this because you obviously helped me out, and I'm not going to say she has no other choice, but she promised her. I mean, how awesome would it have been? I mean, we've ran down this road before, and obviously they would have had to have some sort of settlement to it. But how awesome would it have been if Sasha just told Charlotte, no, but thanks for the help, though. So I'm just wondering how awesome that would have been. And after this match, with the double finish, Sasha and Charlotte going to hug, and that's when we get Charlotte's proposal. That is exactly where we get Charlotte's proposal. And Sasha accepts it, and William Regal went on to agree with it later in the night. But up next, we got a Bayley promo. Yeah. And Bayley said she's here at an NXT live event, this is a little while ago. A couple weeks ago maybe. I didn't see when they had taped this, but she said she didn't wrestle because Emma broke her hand. And she basically goes on to say in the short-term sum up with this, like, everyone is wrestling and doing her, performing and doing, fulfilling her dream, and she's not able to do that. So the first person she goes after when she gets back is Emma, and she also stated that her goal, no matter what, after Emma, is to go after the NXT Women's Championship, which makes me think if they're going to call Sasha up, then maybe, just maybe, oh maybe, her and Charlotte are going to get called up to face the Bellas with and Alicia Fox with Paige. And I know you're jumping to conclusions. What if Bayley's not even healthy? Well, they do tape these things 4 weeks in advance. And next week, I believe, is the final episode of the tapings before the new tapings take place. And these are technically, I guess I can actually say this, the go-home tapings for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Now, with that being said, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, this is where I think if Bayley's healthy, that's a huge if. If Bayley's healthy, we see Bayley versus Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, this is why I obviously think if it's not going to be Becky, I honestly believe it's going to be Bayley. And Bayley may get to main event with Sasha Banks in a giant WWE-sized building. Like, these are the buildings that the main roster uses. Like, this is like a 15,000, 14,000 seat building where Brooklyn gets the opportunity. And these are going to be mostly WWE casual fans. I can't even say casual fans because this is the smirky area that WWE does go to visit. But if they, I'm not even going to say they sold the SummerSlam bundle because they probably didn't, because Triple H had said that these tickets go on sale July 18th. But my point being, for those who did go out and see SummerSlam, maybe they said, okay, maybe NXT's in town. I haven't seen much of NXT. Let's go to this show so I can see some of these guys that we've seen on Raw tear the house down. Just maybe that's an idea. And maybe, with that being an idea, they get to see women. You know, the girls that are normally on Raw for about 5, maybe if lucky, 10 minutes. They get to see women take 25 minutes, maybe 15 to 25 minutes, to main event a show. Because I honestly believe that crowning a new champion would most definitely be worthy of a main event of a show. And NXT women have proven, from a rival with Paige and Emma, to takeover with Charlotte and Natalya, to Fatal 4 with Charlotte and Bayley, to our Evolution with Sasha and Charlotte, to Rival with Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Bayley and Charlotte, to Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. That they honestly do, and I feel passionately about this, that they truly have earned this opportunity in this building in Brooklyn on August the 22nd to main event the show. For those of you who sit here and watch these reviews, like, you're so passionate about these women, but on NXT they only get like 5, maybe 4 minutes. Dude, it's better than 2 minutes that the women got before Give Divas a Chance, where no one cared about the women and they were a drink break or a snack break. These women have main evented on the actual show. Their matches aren't just all live specials. Whenever you see an NXT women's match, they're always, like, if they're not like not amazing, they're not always gonna be amazing. But if they're not, they're solid or they're good, or you learn something about these women. You learn that their storytelling is on pace. That their storytelling, their psychology is on pace. You learn that they're capable of such moves. Like, I'm not just gonna say such moves. That they're actually capable of putting on something, and you can actually trust them with a 15-minute time spot on a show. These women are absolutely fantastic, from Charlotte to Sasha to Bayley to Becky. Even someone like Alexa Bliss, like, she may not be considered in that 4 horsewomen caliber, but you can definitely tell that she has gotten better. Especially Carmella too. Carmella is another one of those who I thought, okay, she's not all that good, but she can improve, and she most definitely has improved. But enough of this. Bayley's hurt. That's basically what we get here. And next up, after this, we get a reminder that there is the Finn Balor Kevin Owens match that happened, and they show us that match. Basically, if you guys didn't see it, it was a pretty awesome match. It was a fucking injustice that goddamn show did not main event Beast in the East, because that's honestly what the Tokyo fans wanted to see. That's honestly who the Tokyo fans wanted to see main event. Not John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Wade Barrett, and Kane. Jesus Christ. That is not who they wanted to see the main event. But despite Kane in that match, this was obviously incredible. Finn Balor is, if you didn't know already, your new NXT champion. And let me just highlight this match. We did not get a pop-up powerbomb. That move was protected. I'm glad they protected it. I'm glad Finn didn't kick out of one. We got a coup de grace that made Kevin Owens look strong by kicking out of that. Honestly, Kevin Owens is the first person, and probably the only person for a while, to kick out of that. And that's another thing with NXT. They're so smart at what moves to protect. Okay, so if I go back to Owens and Balor's last match, Owens had worked the knee strategically to the point with the storytelling that Balor hit the coup de grace and he was just running off of adrenaline. And if Balor wouldn't have, pinned, like if he would have pinned Kevin Owens and Kevin Owens would have kicked out, that would have made the coup de grace look a little weak because no one had kicked out of it to this point yet. And he didn't get the pin because his knee was hurt to the extent that he couldn't kick out. So, that he couldn't get to the cover. So with him not being able to get to the cover, we get Owens getting up, Balor running at Owens on the bad knee, and getting pop-up powerbomb, and then that was the finish. In this match, pure example. Owens goes for the pop-up powerbomb, he can't hit it, gets hit with the Pele. He kicked out of one coup de grace to keep him looking elite, to keep him looking strong as champion, and then took the second one and was pinned off of that. That is keeping a finisher strong. Sami Zayn's Helluva Kick, I don't think he's been kicked out of. Neville, when he was on NXT, Red Arrow, never kicked out of. Often reversed, but never kicked out of. When he gets you down and he hits it, there's no kicking out of it. Baron Corbin's End of Days, not kicked out of, even though Baron, I have no personality. Corbin is not one of my favorites. I can say that protected him and his finisher very well. His first loss was due to interference by Bull Dempsey, so protecting superstars and protecting finishers and protecting credibility is something that NXT does very well. Oh, I forgot to mention this funny thing that happened at the beginning of the show. When Greg Hamilton was doing ring announcing tonight, he basically, botched, like I did there at my intro, and I tried to make it fun-entertaining for you guys. He said, making her way to the ring, Dana Brooke. And, it was a singles match with Dana Brooke versus Sasha, they had changed something. And then she said, accompanied by her tag team partner, Sasha Banks. Now, Sasha, they didn't botch that one. They didn't botch Sasha and Charlotte, probably just because they didn't come out together, but that wasn't an issue. But I just wanted to mention that Greg had botched that. And then, 20 seconds in between when he said, and accompanied by her tag team partner, Emma, it had been, a 20-second split from when he said accompanied by her tag team partner, Emma. Greg Hamilton botched and forgot that it was a tag match. So there we go. But other than that, after this, we get a Solomon Crow promo where he basically says Crow is back and he is NXT's evil little monster. And up next, he faces King Ugo himself, Marcus Louis. Now I say Marcus Louis, and he didn't face Tyler Breeze. I just said King Ugo because, as you've already seen, he's the ultimate Ugo. If you guys missed the episode of NXT, I don't think I was reviewing it at this point, but Marcus Louis had basically come out. This is a while ago. I just want to sum it up. He came out. Tyler Breeze basically called him the ultimate Ugo, because he's bald and he makes all these creepy hobo facial expressions. If you just... Okay, let me put on an expression of how Marcus Louis make a face. This is probably overdoing it a bit. What I'm going to do right now, if you are easily if you are easily scared or afraid of anything, I'd highly advise you to take your face away from the camera right now. This is Marcus Louis. He was talking to the top rope when he got in the ring. This dude... they're trying to work this giant, crazy, creeper, demented gimmick in for Marcus Louis. I mean, it's safe to say, and this is no joke or rib on Dean Ambrose. This is actual fact, and I hate to offend any Dean Ambrose fans. I mean, trust me, I'm a huge Dean Ambrose fan. I have a DA shirt, you know, the Dean Ambrose shirt that says Dean Ambrose on the back of it. Although I do want to buy that Ambrose Asylum shirt too. Someone remind me when I get some more money, like in the comment section, probably within a couple of weeks, to remind me to get that new Dean Ambrose Asylum shirt, because I do want that. But he is more crazy than Dean Ambrose. I mean, facial expression-wise, Dean Ambrose has put on some crazy facial expressions. But Marcus Louis, I mean, the commentary played it off as he was talking to the top rope, and he was talking to his hand before he put a claw on Solomon Crow's ribs. Now, without being said, I have to mention this part too. Solomon Crow, within this match, I mean, his gimmick is a hacker. His gimmick, I don't see anything that makes him seem like he would be a hacker. Like, I'm honestly not digging the hacker gimmick for Solomon Crow. I mean, they're honestly making him seem crazy too. I mean, it seemed like, I mean, okay, so when Solomon Crow made his first promo, like his first official promo, not like his vignette promos, I mean, his first official promo on NXT, it felt Ambrose-like to me. Okay, so, I mean, I feel there's some similarities, like, there are very similar similarities between Solomon Crow and Dean Ambrose. And it just, I don't know, dude, it's just pretty weird for me. I just wanted to bring that up. Like, Solomon Crow and Dean Ambrose do seem a little similar to me. Like, if Solomon Crow ever does get to the main roster, I can expect to see that as a tag team. But, I mean, Solomon Crow, I mean, I want to be excited about him, but they're not giving me much to be excited about. I mean, this guy at this point, he'll cut promos about, you know, him being back in NXT and him, I mean, it was a very entertaining promo because I do enjoy Solomon Crow's work. Don't get me wrong, but he's not acting toward his gimmick. He's not being a hacker. I mean, his entrance, his Titantron, his everything about the entrance, like the lights and everything, they flicker on and off and go on and off like Crow has hacking powers to the building, but it's just the text in the building messing with everything. And I mean, like I said, they obviously need, if they want to get Solomon Crow on NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, what they honestly need to do is have him feud with Breeze. You honestly need to have him feud with Breeze, have him mess with, like, they're the next set of tapings, and I'm pretty sure they're probably not going to have him on next week thanks to the NXT roster rotation. But you need to have Crow on next week, and you need, not next week, probably within the next 2 weeks, you need to have Crow on, and you need to obviously put him in a situation where, you know, what's the best way I can put this? Put Crow in a situation where he's, you know, he's hacking Tyler Breeze's entrance. Like, he puts his face on Tyler Breeze's camera and, you know, just starts making Tyler Breeze's facial expressions, the pouty face and all that other crap as he walks to the ring. Now, that would be reaching out to the gimmick. And that's a situation where I honestly think Solomon Crow should go over. And maybe that could build, you know, him being a hacker. He can just mess with people and mess with their situations. Like, I don't know, like, just say someone's going to randomly win a match that Crow doesn't like or he has a problem with, and he glitches out the lights, and then the lights are back on, and then he's too distracted, that person be too distracted, and Crow wins. I mean, it's not hard to figure things out like this. Like, I mean, his gimmick is he is a hacker. How hard is that to figure out? I mean, to see this man, I don't know. Like I said, the Tyler Breeze entrance are, I don't know, Rhino's been putting people over left and right lately. Have him do that hacker spot that I just mentioned when the lights go out, and then he's in control of it to Rhino. And then after the match, he's like, Rhino. He's like, I see, like, I don't know, have Rhino say that no one can stop him and say, oh, you said no one can stop you, right? I honestly stopped you from winning that match. And that builds something between Solomon, Crow, and Rhino. But Crow goes on the beat. Marcus Louis with the stretch muffler, which is now being called the crowbar. So that was a very entertaining, well, not very entertaining, but just to see Marcus Louis, like to see the facial expressions and to see him lock the claw on and to see him, sell it like, he's digging, like to see him in commentary stuff like he's digging into your ribs, to try and hurt Crow. I really did enjoy that, and it was pretty fun. So, up next, after that, we move on to a Vaudevillains promo where they say they're going to show people what real men are, and they're going to show us who the real number one contenders are. And after that, they tell us that Sami Zayn will be on NXT next week to address his injuries and to tell us, because if we all haven't seen the injury report already, the depressing news that Sami Zayn will be out for the next year. Well, the next year, the rest of this year, which is kind of depressing in a sense, and I'll probably try and get us all high back up. But, dude, I miss Sami Zayn. Like, the dude was just so high energy, so fun to watch, so entertaining. Dude, I truly do miss Zayn so much. And, I mean, we're obviously in a stage in NXT right now where all the big guys are being called up. Like our major top prospects are being called up right now, and NXT is cultivating and growing itself into something huge and spectacular, and we just gotta ready ourselves for it. I mean, Kevin Owens will probably get a rematch and lose to Finn Balor, and from there, I mean, who's next? I mean, we have Uhaa Nation in the system getting ready to come in. We have Solomon Crow, who's about ready to come in. Well, he's about ready to come in. He's already wrestling. I mean, if you have to, I mean, turn Crow heel. I mean, I guess, I don't know, dude. I really don't what you do with him. But I don't know. This conversation comes back around to Solomon Crow, but we have all these guys coming in, all these guys going to the main roster, and it's just gonna. I don't know how to express myself here in the situation. Is just NXT is losing guys, and like it just feels like they're losing guys because when Zayn comes back up, you have to imagine that he's gonna do a little bit of something on NXT, and then he's gonna go straight up to the main roster. I couldn't see how they wouldn't do that for him. I don't know. I guess he wrestles a couple matches at NXT, see if he's all right, see if the shoulder holds up, but. I don't know. Maybe they bring Kevin Owens back for another piece of the feud, and that ends it, and Sami wins. Or he goes to the main roster and beats Kevin Owens and continues the feud there, and he goes on to do something else. I don't know what they do. I don't know where they go, but all I know is the fact that NXT, like, all these guys are getting called up, and it's sad, but then again, I'm happy to see these guys moving on to a degree because guys can get screwed up. I mean, look at Neville. He wasn't even on Raw this week. I mean, can they find something suitable for Neville to do that we can really sink our teeth into with this guy? I mean, I'm enjoying Neville, but, I mean, I wish they could really give him something that, could really be engaging and can be something that he can do for a couple pay-per-views. Because I'd love to see this guy get a SummerSlam moment this year. But after this promo from the Vaudevillains and the Sami Zayn, the Sami Zayn thing that we'll be seeing him return next week to address the fans. We'll get the injury update. After this, we get the main event, which is the Vaudevillains versus Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. This match is pretty good. I mean, it served its purpose. It was honestly good. And you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of the Vaudevillains, but that intro, I like that match so much that the intro really made me just feel, you know what, it's time for me to give the guys their due. I mean, yeah, I'm not a fan of the gimmick. Awesome. That doesn't mean I can't be a fan of the wrestlers. Simon Gotch and Aiden English, who obviously do deserve the attention, know that they did a great job tonight. They really went out there and showed everybody we can main event an episode of NXT. We're obviously strong enough to do that, and they honestly beat Enzo and Cass, which goes to, I don't know if I said it in the review last week, but I feel as if NXT wouldn't put these guys in this situation, with Enzo and Cass. If Enzo and Cass, excuse me, I feel as if NXT wouldn't put these guys in a situation because, I mean, if they weren't going to win, because look at it like this. Why would they do that when Enzo and Cass have already beaten Carmella, Alexa, and Blake and Murphy? And honestly, they'd just be known as tag number one contenders again. But they put them in a situation where they were going to have the number one contenders match, and it went out of their way to show us that the Vaudevillains are rising up the ranks, and they wouldn't put the Vaudevillains down after the Vaudevillains practically winning 3 straight matches to get back up. And I know people are going to say 2, but there was that one match where the one guy got knocked out who's they didn't show on NXT TV. So, yeah. All right, so basically after this, what we're going to get is the Vaudevillains going to win. Like, when Big Cass gets his hot tag, his usual hot tag with Enzo and Cass get their assortment of tag team moves, and like it's a pretty back and forth tag team match. It's like no one dominates, but Big Cass gets the hot tag. Like Big Cass gets the hot tag, and as he dominates, when I go for the splash, Big Cass gets taken out of the ring, and like he normally tags Enzo in, and Enzo goes for the crossbody on Aiden English, and Aiden English rolls Enzo over after he crossbodies him, and forces his leverage into the 1-2-3. And the Vaudevillains, who, by the way, stole the Young Bucks pose. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? 3, 2, 1. Are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. I'm jumping to conclusions. Your new #1 contenders. And it was a pretty entertaining match. I enjoyed it. I'm thoroughly happy about what happened tonight. I like what went down tonight. But that was it, and that was basically NXT. So thank you guys for watching my NXT review. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Please, I want feedback. I crave feedback. I would like some feedback. It would be really nice if you guys to please give me some feedback on this video. So I just said, be really appreciated. But that's just me asking at this point. But I do want to thank you guys for watching this review. Remember to leave your comments in the comment section below, please. And like and subscribe to my channel for more of that reviewing goodness on my channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys for my Lucha Underground review, which you will see coming up in about another hour. So thank you guys for watching, and see ya!